My ex posted on Instagram, finally free from that toxic relationship party popper, and tagged her new boyfriend, my cousin. I commented, "Congratulations to both of you." Then I posted screenshots of her cheating on me with 4 different guys, including my cousin, when both families saw the receipts and my cousin got disinvited from Thanksgiving. I'm writing this because even months later my brain still does that thing where it replays moments out of order, and I need to put somewhere that isn't my head. And yeah, this is long, but if you've ever had your entire life quietly rearranged by one Instagram post, you'll probably understand why there aren't any shortcuts here. So I'm 30M, my ex is 28F. I'll call her Madison, and my cousin is Ryan, same age as me, blood cousin, grew up together, family barbecues, holidays, inside jokes, all that stuff. And when I say I was eating lunch at my desk when I saw the post, I mean I was literally mid-bite of a turkey sandwich when my phone buzzed, and I glanced down expecting some boring notification, and instead saw Madison's face smiling back at me with that stupid rooftop bar skyline behind her, and the caption, "Finally free from that toxic relationship party popper. So grateful for people who actually appreciate me." And then I saw the tag and my stomach just dropped straight to the floor. Because it wasn't some random guy or coworker or gym bro. It was Ryan, my cousin, the kid who used to steal my fries when we were teenagers and sleep on my couch every weekend. And for a solid 10 seconds, my brain just refused to process it. Like when you read a sentence that makes no sense and you keep rereading it hoping the words rearrange themselves. But they didn't. They stayed exactly the same, her leaning into him, his arm around her, both of them glowing like they just won something. And I actually remember thinking, wow, she looks really happy, which hurt more than anything else in that moment, because we broke up 6 weeks earlier and she cried and told me she needed space and that I was emotionally distant and she had to find herself. And I believe her. I believed it so hard I booked therapy sessions and sat on a couch once a week asking myself how I'd failed someone I loved. Meanwhile, she was apparently finding herself directly on my cousin's lap, and once that thought finally landed, I couldn't swallow the food in my mouth anymore. I just threw the rest away and sat there staring at my phone, while everything I'd ignored for months suddenly clicked into place. The girls' nights that somehow lasted until 2 in the morning. The way she'd flip her phone face down whenever I walked into the room. How she'd start going to dinners at my Aunt Linda's house without me and always had some excuse why I couldn't come. And Ryan, Ryan with his fake concern. A few months earlier asking if we were okay, if Madison seemed stressed, if I thought we'd work it out, and I thought he was being supportive. Family looking out for family. What a joke. The comments on her post were already piling up. Heart emojis. So happy for you. You deserve this. People who barely knew either of us acting like this was some inspirational escape story. And I felt this hot rush of anger and humiliation. And I almost typed something nuclear right there in the comments. But I didn't. I stopped myself, took a breath, and instead I typed, "Congratulations to both of you." Hit post and put my phone down, and a minute later she replied, "Thanks. Glad you're being mature about this," which is honestly still one of the most surreal sentences I've ever read in my life. Because what she didn't know yet was that while she was busy performing maturity online, she'd accidentally handed me the entire truth on a silver platter months earlier. See, when we first started, dating Madison was paranoid about losing photos. Her old phone had died once and wiped everything. So we set up this shared cloud backup, both our phones syncing to the same account. And after we broke up, I completely forgot about it. Didn't even think to turn it off. And apparently neither did she. So later that afternoon when I got home and couldn't stop thinking about the post, I opened my laptop, logged into the account out of pure habit. And what I saw there felt like getting punched in, the chest over and over again, recent uploads of her and Ryan going back months, hotel mirror selfies, screenshots of texts where she literally wrote, "He has no idea," though, with laughing emojis, a photo of them in my aunt's pool while I was away at a conference texting her goodnight. And when I scrolled further, it just kept getting worse. 3 other guys, her MBA study partner, full-on hotel room photos, her personal trainer, gym bathroom selfies that were definitely not about squats, her college ex who she'd apparently been catching up with for most of our relationship. And in that moment, something important shifted in me. Because Ryan wasn't special. He wasn't the reason. He was just another name in rotation. And the nausea I felt at first slowly hardened into this cold, focused clarity. I spent the rest of that day downloading everything, organizing it into folders, dates, names, screenshots, receipts, and I could have posted it immediately, but I didn't. I waited, I let her have her victory lap. let the comments roll in, let the narrative settle. And that night, I made my own Instagram post. Just a simple collage, no dramatic captions, just facts. Her with Ryan months before we broke up, her with the study partner, the trainer, the ex, and one screenshot her message saying, he has no idea. And I wrote, since we're celebrating freedom and honesty today, here's the full story of our toxic relationship. Turns out I wasn't emotionally unavailable. I was just unaware I was dating half the city. Tagged her, tagged Ryan, tagged the other guys, hit post, turned my phone off, and drove around for 2 hours because I didn't want to watch it explode in real time. When I turned my phone back on the next morning, I almost threw across the room. Hundreds of notifications, missed calls, text stacked on text. Madison's messages came first, rage, begging, threats, cry emojis, Ryan texting, what the hell, man, this is private. Which, coming from the guy sleeping with his cousin's girlfriend, was honestly impressive. And then the family group chat lit up, my mom asking if it was real, my Uncle Mark asking for an explanation, my Aunt Linda demanding to know what was going on, Ryan trying to claim it was revenge and jealousy, until my mom dropped a screenshot of Madison's. He has no idea, LO texted the chat and asked if that was photoshopped. And after that, the chat went silent for almost an hour, which felt louder than any argument. Eventually, my aunt said we needed a family dinner that weekend. Ryan tried to say he couldn't make it. My uncle shut that down immediately. The Instagram post went bigger than I expected. Over 1,000 likes. People who congratulated her the day before now apologizing to me saying they didn't know. That she told them I was controlling. The narrative flipped overnight. Madison reported the post for harassment. Instagram took it down. I reposted it. They took it down again. Third time I posted it with truth isn't harassment. And that one stayed up longer. Then she tried to escalate by calling my job. Went to HR claiming cyberstalking. I got called into my manager's office. Showed him the shared account we both set up. Timestamps, everything. He asked if any of it happened at work. If I use company equipment. If I threatened anyone, all no. And that was the end of it. Sunday dinner was brutal. Ryan showed up late looking wrecked. My aunt immediately went into defense mode. Ryan tried to claim Madison, told him we were basically over. I calmly pointed out the math didn't work. My mom asked if he'd really been sleeping with her while we were together. My uncle's voice cut through the room like a knife. My aunt kept saying people make mistakes. They fell in love. So I pulled up a photo of Madison with her trainer from 2 weeks earlier and asked how committed that love really was. Ryan went white. Realized he wasn't special. Dinner ended early. Later that night, Ryan texted asking if she'd been cheating on him too. And I told him yes, because apparently honesty was a theme now. Thanksgiving came and went without Ryan. My aunt skipped too. My uncle came alone and looked. Exhausted. Told my dad quietly that things at home were bad. Meanwhile, on social media, everything kept unraveling. The study partner's wife found out and posted about it. The trainer got fired. The college ex got dumped publicly. Madison spiraled online posting about abusive exes and lawyers until I sent her screenshots of her own confessions, and she deleted it. Months passed. Ryan and Madison broke up. She tried to spin it again. He clapped back with receipts this time. My aunt tried to mediate. My mom shut that down. Madison emailed me wanting to be friends without ever apologizing. I deleted it. Ran into one of her friends who admitted they believe her lies. Apparently, most people stopped. My cousin moved out of state. My aunt stopped talking to most of the family. My uncle eventually separated from her, all because she protected Ryan from consequences his whole life. And now here I am, doing okay, dating again slowly, still in therapy. Family dinner smaller but more. Peaceful, and no, I don't regret posting the truth, because if I stayed quiet, I'd still be the toxic ex in everyone's mind. Instead, I just turned the lights on, and whatever happened after that was a revenge. It was reality catching up. Sometimes the best thing you can do is stop letting someone else write the story, even if the ending isn't clean, because at least it's honest, and I can live with that.